I'll be reviewing the rogue today, and man, Watsy really hates martials, don't they? Hit points haven't changed, while proficiencies have. You can easily miss it, but if you read very closely, you can see that the rogue has lost proficiencies in hand crossbows, which is crucial for the crossbow expert and sharpshooter build for the rogue. And the longsword is also gone, which eliminates the funny multi-class of Barbarian Rogue, aka the Rage Rogue, but I guess they didn't want it. On the flip side, rogues can use whips now. Yay, I guess. I think this is a nerf overall, since the hand crossbow used to be the rogue's main source of range damage, and it's, gone now. They'll just have to settle with lower damage dice with the other simple weapons. There's an entire section on multiclassing on the document, which I think is nice. I like the concept of them finally choosing to think about multiclassing, and potentially balancing it instead of just leaving it as an optional thing. But who knows, they might just put it here just for clarification. For level 1, Expertise and Thieves' Cant hasn't been touched, while Sneak Attack has some clarifications, and oh boy, the main thing that rogues are known for has been nerfed. It reads that on each of your turns when you take the attack action, you can deal extra damage. This means that opportunity attacks and the Battle Master's Commander Strike can no longer apply Sneak Attack since you aren't taking the attack action. This is quite a huge nerf for the rogue, as this used to be the main way to bump up the rogue's DPR. And don't forget that sneak attacks can't crit anymore, which was another way to bump it up with the Piercer feat. Granted, the Piercer feat does deal 30d6 damage on a crit, but on the earlier levels, it's less impactful. This is quite a huge nerf for the rogue, as this used to be the main way to bump up the rogue's DPR by having the rogue apply the sneak attack damage on their turn and on other people's turn, because sneak attack does say that it only happens once per turn, not once per round. But hey, at least they finally cleared up what damage sneak attack does. When I saw this, I immediately thought of using a weapon that could deal elemental damage and the elemental adept feat, and I was pumped because you could have possibly rerolled the entire sneak attack dice. Then, I realized it only applies on spells. I mean, why am I not surprised, man? Kunai action is still the same, Uncanny Dodge just had its wordings fixed, and the rogue subclasses haven't been released yet, but there is the Thief, which I probably won't get into. You get a subclass feature at level 6 instead of Expertise, you get Expertise at 7, and Evasion at 9 instead of 7. One thing I noticed was that you get an ASI at level 10, and you also get the subclass feature. None of the core classes get both an ASI, or any other feat for that matter, in the same level. But I don't know the subclass feature you get yet, so I can't really judge it too much because, for all I know, it could be just a ribbon feature that doesn't do much. But the Thieves level 10 feature is to increase your attunement slots to 4, and there's a chance you don't expect charges while using magic items. It's decent in high magic campaigns, but absolutely useless in no magic campaigns. So still, after reading this, I'm not too sure what to feel about the ASI and the feature on the same level. Reliable Talent still does its thing, making your roll ceiling to a 10. And oh, what's this? A new feature. Subtle Strikes gives you advantage against enemies within 5 feet of an ally. Hey wait, isn't this pack tactics? I think this feature is really good for ranged rogues and nigh useless for melee rogues, since if another ally is within 5 feet of an enemy, you can already apply your sneak attack, and you're also probably flanking already. But knowing that this feature replaces blind sense, I can live with it. The subclass Capstone is now at level 14 instead of 17, which makes me wonder if they're tuning down the power levels of these capstones. Yo, Slippery Mind buff? The feature gives the rogue proficiency in the wisdom saving throws, and now they also give the rogue charisma saving throws as well. While charisma saves are uncommon, this is still appreciated since around at level 15, that's when saves start to get steeper, and this helps the rogue's defenses a bit. Another thing to take note is that charisma saves usually take you out of the fight immediately, like banishment or possess. So, this is pretty good. Elusive still looks good as ever, while Stroke of Luck has been pushed down to an 18th level instead of the capstone. Huh, you can use Stroke of Luck on any D20 test now too, instead of just an attack roll. Using this on an attack is the worst way to use it, by the way, since sneak attacks don't crit anymore. I find that this could be especially hilarious if you were to save your Stroke of Luck to charm any high-positioned NPC in roleplay-heavy campaigns. This could potentially be a small win button, provided that your DM is willing to play it out, of course. But, of course, this still gets outshadowed by the biggest win button, that is Wish. At level 20, they give give you an epic boon, which is interesting to me. Are they trying to balance epic boons and integrate it more to normal play? I definitely did not expect this at all from WotC, and I think this concept is fun. I'm interested in what they come up with. Overall, they removed the sneak attack abuse from the rogue in the same round. You can't really play around maximizing sneak attacks anymore, and they also can't crit. The out of combat buffs are nice, yeah, but it still pales in comparison to the gigantic DPR loss from sneak attack. I hope WotC gives some compensation to this, of course, since rogue is now probably the second worst class. But hey, maybe WotC screwed monks over more. Let's just wait for the next playtest. That's all. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, I'm prepping some more videos in the backlog. I think you'll enjoy them too. Subscribe if you want to see them the moment the videos drop, and leave a like. It's much appreciated. Have a great day, man. See ya. Peace.